Hey there, how's it going? Gav here. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the newest addition I've just done to the boat. I've lifted up my transom, 60mm, and why did I do this? When I bought it, I realized that the outboard wasn't sitting correctly, and the cavitation plate was simply way too low. It wasn't even near being parallel to the bottom of the hull. So in order to fix this, we got this plate made up just by a local engineer in where I live, and totally impressed with what he's done. I was going to go down the road of a jack plate, but he sort of talked me out of it, just saying that the transom's not designed for obviously having that weight a few inches back. His idea was this, and you know what he's done is some really top-notch engineering work and tidy welds, and you know I'm very stoked with what he's done. So this new extension is 285mm wide and 220mm tall, and obviously the 60mm lift plus the 50mm depth of the original transom. And I also got him to add a wedge, a very small wedge, as you can see, it's about 5 degrees. So I've owned this boat now coming on 4 months. It's absolutely exceeded everything I was hoping for. So a few of the negatives, which I didn't know about when I bought this boat, was obviously when you're at full power, the nose drops a bit. So if you expect to stay dry, this is not the model for you. You will get wet on a windy, choppy day. But I mean, it's a hoot. I've just pushed this thing to its limits. I've had it out in 3-meter swells, and it just handles the weather so well. Whether you're going straight into it or you're going with it, you know, it handles it, and I've never once felt unsafe in it. So, I mean, that's all you can ask for really in a hull. I thought at the time, you know, grey, charcoal, it's pretty cool, looks like a military boat. The downside of that is it's not very visible in the ocean, so if you're going, you know, in the middle of nowhere, I'd probably suggest maybe getting a red or yellow or something like that if you want to be seen. So that is a negative. The positive to this colour, after a dive and you're a little bit cool, it heats up, and it's fantastic to sit in it. Even over summer where we get some really hot weather, it wasn't an issue. So I find that quite a good perk, to be honest. Super roomy. I mean, there's so much room you can put on this. For a little boat, you can put so much in here. We've had 4 dive tanks, BCDs, you know, all your gear, your lunch, your waters, catch bags, you name it, we've done it, and there's still heaps of room, so you're not crammed into a little hull. The anchor, I mean, when I first bought this boat, it was always, you know, how do we tie off the anchor once we're in a location of where we want to have a swim? So there's no real place you can put a bollard. I mean, you could put it right at the very front, and that plastic does seem strong enough to bolt into it, but I don't know, I just wasn't sold on that idea. Then I had an idea of running a rope to the front D-shackle. That's a bit awkward, obviously, because you got to lean over the front to grab it. So I just currently use a carabiner and a stainless steel ring and tie it off on that. It seems to work pretty well. So that's my solution to it. Love to know what you guys do. So when it comes to the Yamaha F25, absolutely nothing but good things to say about it. I'm coming up to 20 hours on it already in 4 months, and it's never let me down. Obviously brand new engine, but I've had nothing but good things to say about it. At every time, doesn't matter if it's cold or if I've gone for a massive hoon, it starts first pull every time. It does not use any gas. We've done some big missions right out to Cape Brett, fully loaded boat, 2 up, so we're talking about a good hour trip out there, plus then sort of tiki touring around the area, and then the whole day out, and I came home and I used 8 litres of gas. So as far as, you know, economically, woof, fantastic, 5 out of 5 for that. A negative about it is when you're in neutral, there's a lot of vibration in the tiller arm. So I did know about this before I bought it, but I wasn't that fussed about it. It is what it is. Once you put it into gear and you give it some RPM, she's away. Now, being fuel injected, it's got a heap of torque. A heap of torque. You only have to give it just a little blat on the throttle and she will go. So if you're in strife and you need to get out of it pretty quickly, I mean, no hesitation. She will get up and boogie real quick. It's got huge amounts of travel on the steering. Really good perk about it. I've also added a permatrim. So that's not a design fault from Yamaha. That's just simply because of this bolt. Under load, basically, she'll just, you know, the bow rises right up. So by adding that hydrofoil permatrim, I've now eliminated that, so it's more flatter ride. And hopefully, now I've lifted the outboard correctly, we're going to get some really cool results. So super looking forward to that. So I've had up to 6 people in this boat. Obviously no gear, just trafficking people from A to B. No issues. Didn't once feel like I was underpowered. Didn't once feel like I was unsafe. And yeah, I mean, the most enjoyment is when I'm by myself and I can really give it stick. Yeah, I love this boat, and would I recommend it? 100%. So good morning to you. So obviously next day, so we're out down at Windsor Landing in Kirikiri, and forecast is not looking too bad, sort of 10 to 14 knots from the northeast, which is a bit exposed for us, but I think we should be fine. And conditions looking good, so happy about that. So let's get unpacked and get this weapon into the water. Ooh, getting excited now. Just got to get out of this 5 knot zone, and then we can give it a shot. So far I noticed straight away the bow's lifted up a little bit, but I mean, we are very light and very empty, so give it a little bit of herb and see what happens. Woohoo! Look at that, on the plane already. No. It's as you can see, it's pretty wet. And, I've just come to the other side of the bay and of the inlet, just to try and find the lee, get rid of that wind, get rid of the swell, and yeah, just have a little bit of a play. So It's good fun. I mean, I'm loving this. It's made a big improvement, RPMs have dropped on the outboard. I can get on the plane way faster. Obviously I haven't tested top end yet, but oh my god, what a difference it's made already. So 100% worth the investment. I'd recommend it 100%. Absolutely stoked with the results. Just got back from the sea trial, and what a blast of a day. Absolute hoot. It was pretty windy, big waves, but I don't think the GoPro is going to pick it up how big it was. It was exciting. Got drenched, but not sure if you can see it or not. The smile on my face was massive, and oh my god, it was a great day, great morning. I spent about 2 hours out there just blatting around and solely enjoying the boat and the conditions. So yeah, overall my summary of today's mission with the testing, massive success. I can't say how much I'm quite happy about this extension on the Transom. It's definitely paid off, and it's worth every cent. So one thing I want to add is I noticed when I was in New Zealand, we've got a 5 knot, 200 metre from the shoreline speed zone. So on my little tiki tour out to that 200 metre mark, I was just literally on idle, and I gave it a bit more sort of juice, literally just half of nothing. And within sort of 10-15 seconds, she was up on the plane. So that's crazy. So obviously now that the prop's in the right position, performance-wise, it flies. So I'm really quite interested on taking it out on a really flat, milky day, and really having a chance to open it up. I reckon we're going to get some good speed out of this, and yeah, really look forward to it. And thanks for watching and hanging in there, and I would appreciate if you subscribe and give us a like. It really helps. And catch you next time.